Well, I'm definitely getting rich in happiness, what? Welcome to this week's episode of The Preem Show. I'm still in Canada, I'm still Lex Albrecht, and I still love bikes. If you have subscribed to Preem TV, you already know that, because ever since the very first episode of The Preem Show, I have ridden a different kind of bike and I've had just as much fun on each and every one of them. The first episode, I was in my hotel room on the floor doing bicycle kicks. Yeah, but I don't know if that counts. It was Phil's idea though, so I had to do it. Then we did an urban bike tour of Montreal on a mountain bike. We did some Zwifting inside, and Rasan was super excited about that. He's like the biggest proponent of Zwift that I know. I had a lot of fun too, but I was on my really old road bike that cracks with every single pedal stroke, and I had like my fingers crossed the whole time that nobody would notice. And then on a different week, I showed you what it's like to use Bixi bikes. That's Montreal's urban bike share program. And if you do subscribe to Preem TV, it's free. All you gotta do is press that subscribe button, then you'll see that this weekend I'm gonna show you the sweetest bike ride of them all. You'll understand when you see the episode. Today we're in Bromont, Quebec, which is halfway between Montreal and the border of the United States of America, and I decided that I would give my littlest bike of the fleet a little bit of attention. We're gonna go BMXing on the pump track. Come on, it's gonna be fun. Right now, we're at Pit Stop, and Pit Stop is a cycling cafe, and there's a bike shop and stuff in there, and they have really good food. Right here we're making pastrami and beef jerky. This is the Asian flavor. It's super good. Beef jerky, bikes, coffee. We are at the Centre National de Cyclisme de Bromont, which means the National Cycling Center in Bromont. And this parking lot is where so many epic mountain bike and road rides start. And in that building there, you can rent a bike for many different types of cycling disciplines. And if you have kids, you can send them here for cycling camps. Sometimes I wish that I could fake my age. They don't have fake cards for like 10-year-olds, right? Anyways, over here there's some construction going on. It might not look too pretty, but I want you to see it.
This is where the old velodrome used to stand. It was actually the velodrome from the 1996 Atlanta Olympics that had been shipped here, and so many cyclists got to enjoy it.
And last fall, they tore it to shreds. But you know what they're doing right now? They're building a brand new track, and in the middle of it there's going to be a pump track, and there are going to be tons of other fields to do lots of other different sports, and it's really exciting for the community here and for all of Canada. A sad story with a happy ending. Let's go to the back. This is where the pump track is. Right now there's a BMX camp going on, and I wonder if I can weasel my way in there. I'm not that tall, so I kind of look like I'm a kid, right? Something that's pretty cool about BMX is that there are a whole bunch of different disciplines that you can do. You can do racing, like on a track like this. You can do flatland BMXing. You can do park BMXing. That's like with a bunch of jumps and like tail whips and stuff like that. It's pretty fun. So I feel like we've known each other for long enough now in the Preem Show that I can be a little bit vulnerable with you guys and tell you something that I'm kind of embarrassed about. I used to think that anybody over the age of puberty who rode a BMX was a real jerk. I thought that because I thought that they had stolen a kid's bike. And then I realized that, well, just because the bike is little doesn't mean that it's not for adults. I'm kind of embarrassed about that today. One guy who rode it like he stole it is now the winner of the Preem TV Photo of the Week. Adam Russell, aka Bike and Bake on Instagram, rode his road bike on a BMX pump track, and then he took this photo and it really looks like he just owned it. Full disclosure though, he did not steal that bike, that's his own bike. If you want to get your photo featured as the Preem TV Photo of the Week, just tag your picture with a Preem TV Photo hashtag and you could be selected on next week's episode. If you've ever been BMXing before, you know that these little bikes can pack a mean punch, so I'm putting on my pads, and while I get dressed, let's check in with our DC news correspondent, Adam Pulford. Adam, what's the news down there? Take it away, man.
Just out here laying some skid marks down. That's all.
Thanks, Adam. There's actually some really interesting news from up here in Canada too. I heard about this guy who lives kind of close to Calgary, Alberta, and he decided that there's not enough cycling infrastructure where he lived to do his commute and be comfortable on his bike. So he decided to draw out the plans for a brand new bike path, and he submitted it to the municipalities and they accepted it. Like, that's what I call initiative. This week's Preem Strava Club Ride of the Week goes to another guy from Calgary, Elias. He did a ride where he got 10 PRs and had a lot of fun with his friends. I'm pretty impressed with that too. Congratulations, Elias. If you want to get your ride featured on one of the episodes of the Preem Show, all you have to do is join the Preem Club on Strava. I'm on the BMX racetrack and guess what? I just got lost. Who would have thought? All right, try this again. Hopefully I don't get lost this time. I'm not kidding, I really did get lost. Alex.
Yeah.
I have been riding my bike all around here all day long. I've been having a lot of fun, but I want to up my game. Do you have any like BMX tips that you can give me so I can get around this pump track a little bit faster?
Yeah, for sure. All right, so Lex, the first thing that you're gonna wanna do is really understand the flow of the bumps. So when the bump is coming upwards towards you, basically you're gonna absorb it and become small on your bike. And when it's going down, you're gonna push down on your bike and try and use that slope to build up speed. You should be able to build some speed without actually pedaling on a pump track. And hopefully next time or whenever you come back BMXing, you'll be able to like build up onto manuals and maybe even one day jumps. That would be pretty awesome.
I wonder if I've made any progress since I did those first few laps. I feel like I have, but you know what? I should measure my time. Where's a Stig when you need him? Stig? Is that him over there? What's a Stig doing in Canada? Hey, have you quarantined? That's probably why we haven't seen him for a few weeks. He's probably been in the hotel quarantining. I know what that feels like. What are you doing here, Stig? I thought you were in California. This is perfect though, because I kind of want a baseline time for the pump track. Can you do a lap as fast as you can for me? All right, ready, mark, get set, go. Yeah, I've got some more practicing to do. Thanks, Stig. Oh cool, this is so much fun. I'm starting to get the hang of this. You guys know what I love?
Your mom!
Yeah, I do love my mom. It's normal. Everybody loves their mom, don't they? Actually, this week on the Preem Show, our interview guests are moms. Check it out.
So this week is Mother's Day for Americans. And I thought it'd be fun to interview our moms. So we're gonna talk about my mom. She lives in Atlanta. She's a professor at Georgia Tech. She's a super smart, accomplished. I love my mom. Everybody loves their moms. All right, let's do it.
Hello, Mother dear. Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
For Mother's Day, I thought we would discuss my formative cycling years and the family and sort of how we, because I think our situation, most racers grow up and they're going to junior races with their family, and mom and dad are going to bike races, and then the kid does their race. That wasn't our experience, but we were definitely like a family that did a lot of bike riding. I wanted to kind of talk about that. Maybe give me a couple examples.
Okay, I grew up riding my bike all over Brooklyn.
Right.
And then Dad, growing up in North Germany near Holland, everybody was biking.
Sure.
When we were together, we just took you guys, we'd pack up our bicycles and go places. Or even from our home in Tucker, a very common excursion would be to go along what's called the path, which goes from our home all the way to Stone Mountain. And then,
Right.
of course, the goal was to get to this German restaurant and have these German pancakes. At least for me, that was the goal.
It was an 8-mile ride. It was, you would start, it was one of those like rails to trail. So it used to be
it was along the railroad.
My main memory was like every summer we would do like a family trip somewhere. So we'd go to like the beach, the Jekyll Island outside of
Right.
Georgia, or Wild Dunes in South Carolina, one of the Carolinas.
South Carolina, right.
And that would always be like passively bike based, and we would bring our bikes.
One of the favorite ones for I think you guys was going to Jekyll Island because every morning you and your dad did a ride from our, I guess, rental cottage
Yep.
Into Brunswick, all along the marshes, which was
Yep.
just beautiful. You guys had a great time doing that.
This is all on like mountain bikes and with the slick tires. Like, you know, I was the first one with like a road bike and any form of spandex. You know,
One of my favorite stories, though, of you, and I don't know if I was trying to remember how old you were. If you were 6, you were on a kid's bike, and we rode for at least a couple of hours in North Germany along farms. Okay, and it was beautiful, really beautiful. And then when we went to turn around to go back, we hit a headwind, and little Philip, he can't pedal enough to keep up, you know? He can't. So your dad put his hand on your back and pushed you along.
I remember that. Yep.
And we all made it home just fine.
I never liked wind. I never liked the Northern Europe. I didn't like that as a racer either. I was probably racing on those same stupid bike paths in 2016, just like, God, I hate this. Find a hill for me. I appreciate this. But thank you so much. Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you. You made it a great Mother's Day. You really did. Thank you for thinking of this.
I love you. Bye.
Love you too. Bye-bye.
I would like to introduce you to the strongest woman I know, Bonnie Tetrick, my mom.
Hello. Nice to join you. Thank you, Allie.
Mom, I think this is interesting because you are incredibly smart, a gifted athlete. So you've made me who I am in so many ways. So your career trajectory as an athlete, I'm pretty sure it's like pre-Title IX. So there weren't as many sports available for you in high school or college. Is that correct?
No, that's correct. Nothing in high school at all.
Boy.
And just college, there was probably tennis and running. No, there wasn't a lot of opportunities. There wasn't really very many opportunities at all in the 70s.
What do sports mean to you now?
Sports is a tool for team camaraderie, for maybe good fitness, to you can make a place for yourself there, but it can't be over-consuming. You can't let sports be you. You have to be you, and don't let sports take over your life, that you're doing everything for the sport's sake. There's more to life than sports. You can't be comparing. The problem with sports is you're always comparing yourself, or tend to compare yourself to other people, which is not a good thing to do personally. You need to, it's better to having satisfaction of knowing that you've done your best to be the best, you know, to become the best that you're capable of becoming.
Yeah.
That doesn't involve comparing to other people, right? That's looking in yourself. So success, true success, satisfaction, peace of mind, it comes in knowing that you did your best, not compared to somebody else. Only you are the judge of whether or not you were a success or not.
What's your favorite part about being a mom?
Being a mom was very rewarding, very fulfilling. And there's a lot of joys, a lot of tears. But I think you laugh and love more than you ever would think you'd be capable of because of your kids.
Yeah, well, it made me tear up.
Watching you grow up and mature is just, I mean, as I always would say, every stage of your development is always my favorite. When you're a little baby, you couldn't get better than that. And then you were 2, can't be better than a 2-year-old. You know, then you were 4. Oh, this is awesome because now we can actually do things together. Whatever stage you're at, it always seemed that was our favorite time.
So 36 is your favorite.
It's now very missed. It's my favorite. I don't want to go back. This is the best. This is the best of times right now.
Oh, thank you, Mom. I love you.
I love you too.
Happy Mother's Day, Mom, and thank you for joining Preem TV.
All right, thank you. Nice to join you.
I have with me my mother, Miss Queen Bahati. Hello, Mother.
Greetings, son. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. So yeah, Preem TV, we're gonna do a special shout out to the moms because we know mothers make the world go round, and so I appreciate you taking some time to introduce yourself to the community. I don't think a lot of people outside of my immediate circle know who you are. For those of you who don't know, I have 5 sisters and a brother, And how was that growing up or raising us in Compton with 7 children?
Actually, it was beautiful because being very fortunate to have a husband and the father of all the children, that we took the time to raise you all together. Of course, nothing is perfect, but it was worth the ride. We're still here.
And so I remember when I first started racing a lot, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but you had a hard time watching the field be together in a tight group. Do you recall that?
Yes, I became very nervous, even to this day, especially toward the end when it's sprinting time to who's going to come across that line first. I get very nervous because it's a lot. I've seen a lot of bumping, pushing, shoving, and I used to walk away from, but I would be at the finish line.
You saw me with my hands up.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I just want to say thank you. I love you. I think you know that. You've done a tremendous job raising my siblings, your children. And I had an epiphany probably about, I don't know, maybe 5 years ago when I realized raising my own family that it's tough. And I don't know how you two did it with 7 children. So I appreciate that.
Well, we did it because we was committed to being a family and raising our children together. Because so often, you see single family this, a single mother, a single father, and that was one of the main glue that kept it all together. And plus, we were proud of the children that we gave birth to.
Yeah, and it was tremendous because we all made it out of an area where most people thought we wouldn't make it out of, being young and black, growing up in Compton. But I think that's a testament to our upbringing, and definitely the mother and father. But this show is dedicated, it's all about the moms.
Yes.
Happy Mother's Day.
Thank
I'm
you.
sure I'll see you and talk to you again before that. But I appreciate you taking the time to share a few stories with Preem TV. So I love you, and
I love you also.
I will talk to you later.
I say.
Thanks for that interview, guys. I haven't stopped since you started. Motherly love. You gotta love it. That was a good one.
Lex, what is this place? I thought we were gonna play hockey.
No, George, it's a pump track, man.
So what are we supposed to do here?
Well, the goal is to get on a BMX bike. You do a lap without pedaling at all. You just pump the bike. So actually, you want to race? We could do a Lex versus Larac 4.
Okay, I'm in.
George is always down for anything. All right, Lex versus Larac 4. Let's do this. Who would have thought that there's going to be a Lex versus Larac competition on the Preem show? Anything's possible.
I'm crazy.
Here's a scoop on George Larac. George is a retired NHL player, and his position was the tough guy. Pretty much his job was to, play hockey and be the tough guy. Maybe beat people up gently. He's a nice guy though. When George and I first met, he told me that I was too small to be a professional athlete and that he could beat me in any race. I told him, what? You gotta at least give me a chance. So we did a first race, and I won. Then he wanted a rematch, and I won. But George is very tenacious, and he's got a lot of pride, so he wanted a third race. I won. Every single time, George pushed himself so far into the red zone that he really scared me even. This is gonna be Lex versus Larac 4, our 4th race. And quite honestly, I am not sure that I can hold my title of champion because I've never done a race on a BMX bike before, and this is not my specialty. All the other races were done on a road bike, but I'm gonna give it a shot. So the rules are 1 lap all the way around the track, no pedaling at all.
Okay.
Sounds good?
Yes. Go.
Time. 28:47.
Let's go. Let's go.
Go.
I'm slowing down. It's slowing down.
time. 42 seconds.
Yes! Yes! Woo!
The defending champion, Lex!
So Lex, I want to congratulate you on this race on the BMX bike.
Thanks, you're always such a good sport.
Yeah, but just so you know, I think I'm a little too big for a BMX bike. I really want to in a velodrome, so this track is getting done there. I'm going to take my revenge on a velodrome, and now Lex Larac versus 5, I'm going to win it! I guarantee it.
I know that I have won Lex versus Larac 4 times, so I don't know about the 5th time, George. I think that I'm gonna have the victory too. We'll see when that velodrome is built.
Awesome.
Thanks for joining me on this week's episode of The Preem Show. That was a lot of fun. I've ridden a lot of different types of bikes so far in The Preem Show, but I haven't done gravel cycling yet, and I think that's gonna be the next one that I do the next time I host The Preem Show. I'm gonna need some tips though, so if you guys have any advice that you can with me about gravel cycling and how I can get the most out of it, please leave them in the comment section below, and I promise I'm going to read every single one of them. I need all the advice I can get. To keep with tradition, I'm going to leave you with a little bit of Euro goodness courtesy of the Col Collective to hold you over until next week. This week's clip comes from the Col de Peresourde. Have a good ride.